Do you guys see Snoop Dogg on Wheel of Fortune?
No.
I am dying at his answers. I'm like listening. It's kind of long to play, but
She brought it up.
I know. Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm going. It's so damn funny. But I don't know if it's funny because you're seeing it. Because, he's standing. He's got his sunglasses. He's stoned, right?
For sure.
He's in the middle. There's 3 people playing Wheel of Fortune. And the words are coming up. And I don't know who the other 2 celebrities are. But he's standing there and he's got to guess the whatever. Just listen to this. It's so...
And it's Snoop.
Baking onions.
No, everybody else is in it now. Amanda?
Baking brownie.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Yes. Martha is going to be disappointed. Martha's going to be upset.
That's your whole bag.
And Snoop.
Toilet Atlas.
I have no idea. But Mark?
Talented artist.
That makes sense. Toilet Atlas is something I'm curious.
The other one. Wait, we'll do one more.
Toilet Atlas.
Wait.
Snoop?
Swallowing the knot.
No, that's not right. Everybody else now. Amanda?
Sweetening the pot?
Yeah, there you go.
And then another one, he guesses airport teacher. It's like, what? And it's acting teacher. And then underwater stunt is publicity stunt. Oh my God, dude.
He's priceless. He is a treasure. He is an American treasure.
Oh man. Dude, last night, I don't want to pull like a bad parenting move, but I got 3 boys, right? So I got Jake, who's going to University of Arizona. I've got Kemp, who's in Hawaii at Hawaii Pacific University, and I got Dutch, who's 16, who's still in high school, and he's the only one that's home with us. So I don't want to say he's got freedom. He's got some rules, but he's just kind of like doing his thing, kind of, right? And he comes home yesterday with Blake around 6 o'clock, and as soon as he comes home, he turns on the TV and just starts watching Dahmer. Like, I don't want to watch Dahmer. Like, I don't want to see that show. I watched the first episode, and it creeps me out. Earlier in the day, I was home alone, and I thought, I'm going to fast forward through the last episode, right? Just kind of, like Snoop, the last episode, the next episode. So I fast forward through the last episode. And so I get a vibe for what? Because the first episode was just such a dark story. It's a true story. It's so sad and gross and creepy. And I watch it, fast forward it through it, right? So Dutch comes home and he starts watching episode 2. And I'm like, I don't want to see this. And it's so, there's like that part with the mannequin, then the stuff with the fish.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Right?
I know.
And Dutch is like, whoa, look what this guy's doing. And I'm like, whoa, hey, man. And I'm like, no, don't watch this. My wife's making dinner. Right. And then my wife was inventing something. She made pasta, and then she made a vegan pasta for me. And then she chopped up all this sausage, and then she mixed it with vegetables, and we sit down, and Dutch goes, oh, this looks like a nice Jeffrey Dahmer meal.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And
that's what happens after you watch the show.
Right.
You like almost relate everything to it.
Yeah.
Yes, like it's the Jeffrey Dahmer special is paused as we're eating sausages and stuff, and I just can't help. And meanwhile, they found genitals in the refrigerator, and I'm like, Dutch, please. And he's like, what? Big deal. And I'm like, man, I don't know why it's hitting me differently than it's hitting you, but it's so gross, right?
It's nasty.
Did you finish it?
I did. I finished it last night. I feel it's a really good show, and it's really disturbing, and it's a really hard watch. I think it went on 2 episodes too long for me. I was about checked out towards the end, but
you killed too many people, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I just
15,
I've seen this. No, but I don't know. I felt like it was a little too long for me, but it was good, and it is hard. It's a hard watch. And it's hitting me, like, it gives me a stomach ache. Like, I got to the sandwich scene, and I literally got sick to my stomach.
The sandwich scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know the sandwich scene.
The
Don't
sandwich
tell me.
scene.
That's pretty bad.
Was he eating human meat?
It's pretty bad.
No, he tries to serve it to someone else.
Yeah. It's
He
pretty
brings
bad.
them a sandwich, like as a quote unquote nice gesture, and you're just
he's
like,
mad
don't
at
eat
her.
the sandwich.
Yeah, I think because you know that actually happened too. That adds like 10.
Exactly.
That multiplies it by 10. The level of.
Yeah, it's really disturbing. Really disturbing to watch.
Yeah, man. Did you also see that this Marilyn Monroe show dropped? Did you
Yeah.
happen-
I did, and it's like 2.5 hours
I
long.
feel like I'm not like there's nothing drawing me in to watch it. Like
I know.
I almost sat like when I was deciding what to watch this morning, that popped up like when I opened up Netflix and I was like, I'm like, never mind. I'll finish Bling Ring. I'll finish Eat the Rich. I finished 3 shows this morning that I had put off so that I could watch Dahmer. And like I just didn't have a whole lot of interest in it.
Eat the Rich? Is that a
Yeah, that's
is that a
the one.
cannibal show?
No. It's actually the opposite. It's like it's a documentary on that GameStop stock thing that happened, that huge thing. And I didn't really understand it when it was happening, so I was like sort of fascinated by the documentary.
What about Bling Ring?
It
You finished
explained
that?
everything. Yeah,
Is it
and
good?
that's really good.
It does. It ends
It's
good.
really good.
Because the Paris Hilton episode is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it gets better.
I do think that's the best episode.
I do too.
Okay, good.
But I did like to see it wrap up, to see what had happened with it, because I didn't realize that one of the girls was on a reality show, like a legit reality show during the whole thing. I somehow did not like know that at all, but that
Yes,
was
Nick?
pretty funny.
So it gets better because I watched episode 1 and I thought it was so boring.
Bling Ring?
Bling Ring.
You thought Paris Hilton was boring?
I fell asleep. I could not. I
What?
just couldn't get into it.
Wow.
I thought the first episode was the best.
I did too.
Me too. I mean, well, I thought it was
They're
so
like
compelling.
in Paris Hilton's house, they're like shopping around, like, and the fact that they got away with it like 6 times without her realizing she'd even been robbed.
The fact that
That's amazing.
Paris Hilton at that time this was going down was one of the biggest celebrities in the world, and her house is just unlocked.
Right.
And then like a normal person, the keys just under the mat. Like what? Well, not even like the fake rock. You know what I mean?
I know.
I wish they would have gotten to the Paris Hilton stuff faster. Like I didn't care about their backstory. I just want to know. Okay, how did you get into the house? And it was, we just walked in. That's fine.
I felt like you needed the backstory
too.
because, like, you don't just start off a crime by going to Paris Hilton's house first. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I agree with you, Kyle. I feel like the backstory was important because it's like these kids are regular, everyday kids who have really good lives and they just want to be famous, which I think is really important to
Right.
the story. Like, you kind of need to have that backstory to really get into it, I
Right,
think.
like
I
to
agree.
establish the motive.
Exactly, right.
So then
Nick.
I
Sorry,
get,
it's not Marvel.
Right.
roasted.
This is real life. Nick.
So then I get this text from my son Jake yesterday. Dad, I started watching a show called Dahmer. I'm on episode 2. It's fantastic. I'm like, oh my God. What is, I mean, I gotta
It's a good show.
I know,
It
but
is.
I mean, it
really
is.
good.
It's
If
just so
like,
weird.
It's like you almost have to suspend the fact that it really happened, I think, to sort of enjoy the show. But when you go down the road of like that it did really happen, that's when it becomes really disturbing and like, you know, like stomach twisting. But it is a really well done television show.
Well, and then I wake up this morning, and I don't know if it's, you know how your phone listens to everything you say. We've been talking about Dahmer, but it's like all that's on my TikTok. And it's like
too.
the real
Yeah.
court footage,
Yes.
all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, and it's like, I want to keep scrolling, but it's so compelling on TikTok with the real footage. You're like,
Yeah.
whoa, wow. And I'm in court. And then this is how my day started this morning. So my son Kemp is in Hawaii. He's 3 hours behind. I got a text from him just saying, hey, Dad, I miss you. I know.
That's cool.
I know.
Best
I know.
feeling ever.
I know. And I got emotional. I got happy. I got sad. And it was just a crazy, cool thing. I was like, oh, man, that's cool. That's very cool.